Good evening. I'm making a number of changes in the website tonight. That is, I'm putting in a number of news articles. But rather than going through and simply giving you the titles, I'm going to talk about a couple of things and then just refer you to check out the different tabs and you'll see the new news that's there. One of the things that I want to make note of is the fact that there is some revival going on. In Papua New Guinea, there were about 300,000 people who were baptized, which is a huge number of people. And I'm wondering whether or not you are seeing revival taking place where you are. If you are, I'd love to have you drop me a note and tell me a little bit about it. There's a comment section. Just feel free to go ahead and send something along. And I'd like to know, are you having revival in your church at this time? The other thing that I wanted to talk a little bit about was the fact that there's still significant ongoing violence being directed at Christians around the world. And if you haven't thought about that, in places like India and Pakistan and Uganda and Nigeria, there are Christians killed on almost a daily basis because of their faith. Certainly you would want to hold that up in prayer. If you have an opportunity to speak about it politically, that is a good thing. And if you want to support an agency like Voice of the Martyrs, that would also be a very positive sort of thing to do. In the area of politics, it's interesting to me that the city of Portland has been handing out tents to people for some time, and they now are trying to clean those tents up, getting them off the street. And at the same time that the city of Portland is retrieving and discarding tents, the county is turning around and giving free tents to people so that they can camp. And it's really kind of a mess because they're spending millions on this kind of tent cycling that's going on there. So that's some interest. In the area of LGBT and trans things, there does appear to be, based on the volume of news, a lot of interest in the topics. It's also apparent that there is beginning to be a bit of a backlash against the LGBTQ and trans things. So that is a very positive sign. People are beginning to say, well, enough. And hopefully that will be something we see more of. There is an interesting article under Cultural Mores which says, Are Human Rights a Fantasy? It's by Breakpoint, and it explores where we get our human rights from, and that's certainly an article well worth reading. So anyway, putting up news articles tonight, poke around a bit, and hopefully I can get a blog going where we start talking about some theological topics. So you all have a great evening.